Let's get started in child's pose for this evening class. Take your knees as wide as your mat. Bring your big toes together to touch behind you and walk your hands out in front of you on your mat. Drop your forehead down, close your eyes, and just relax. And start to turn your attention to your breath. And just start to deepen your breath a little bit, drawing your inhales a little deeper into your lower abdomen, letting your belly expand as you inhale completely, and then contracting your abdomen a little bit to exhale completely. Slow, deep breaths. Starting to let go of whatever happened today, whatever you have on your mind. That's all in the past now. As your breathing gets deeper, see if you can even feel your lower back start to expand with your inhales. Letting your tailbone and your hips release down in the direction of your heels. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw and your tongue. Good. And then very slowly, gently start to make your way up to tabletop. And take a moment and make sure that your hips are right over your knees. Keeping your hips right where they are, walk your hands out in front of you to extended puppy pose. So hips above your knees, hands out in front of you, drop your forehead down to your mat. And if you can, keep your arms straight, but if that's not comfortable, you can drop your elbows down. And what you're trying to do here is let your chest sink down towards the mat as you lift your hips up. Good, and then slowly walk your hands back up to tabletop. Curl your toes under and lift your hips up, coming into plank. And then slowly lower your entire body down, belly and chest to the mat. Uncurl your toes, and with your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows tucked into your sides, on your next inhale, gently press your palms into the mat and lift your chest up, gazing ever so slightly up for a really gentle cobra. Pull your shoulders back, opening up your chest, and slowly lower yourself back down. Take both hands underneath your shoulders and press in to tabletop one more time. And we're going to come into pigeon, starting on the left side. So come up into plank briefly, and then take your left knee behind your left wrist. Drop your back knee down and use your back toes to walk yourself down so your hips are as close to the mat as you can get them. If you have space underneath your left hip, feel free to tuck a folded towel or a blanket underneath that hip so you don't have that space there. And then walk your hands forward. You can stay resting on your forearms and drop your head down. Or if it's comfortable, you can walk yourself all the way down so that your forehead is resting on the mat. Either way, close your eyes. Turn your attention inward. And take this time to release into this pose. Deepening your breathing. Start to lengthen your exhales out a little longer than your inhales. So every time you exhale, push all the air out and extend that exhale as long as you can make it, really actively breathing out before you start to draw in the next inhale. Really starting to slow everything down as you get ready for sleep. And let's slowly come back up. Press your hands into the mat, step your left foot back to plank. Take your right knee behind your right wrist. Same thing on this side, just drop your hips down. Use your back toes to walk your hips down a little closer. And again, tuck something under that right hip if there's space there so you feel supported. And then walk your hands out in front of you and come to a spot that is comfortable for you. Drop your head down, close your eyes, and come back to your breathing. Lengthening out your exhales. Really actively releasing all of the old, stale air that's in your lungs every time you exhale, making room for a new, fresh breath. Good. And then slowly start to come up. Roll onto your right hip. And we'll come into a seated position with your left leg extended out. Bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Square your hips towards your left foot. Flex your left toes. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, reach your hands in the direction of your left foot. And you can grasp your foot or your ankle or your shin, wherever you are tonight. And let your head drop down. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, try to release a little bit more over that leg. And slowly come back up. Take your left leg and cross it over your right knee. And we'll take a twist here. So left hand goes behind you on the floor. Squeeze your knee into your chest. And turn your head to gaze over your left shoulder, squeezing your knee into your chest. Just a really gentle twist here. Good, and come back to center. Let's move over to the other side. Stretch your right foot out long. Bring your left foot to the inside of your right leg. Square your hips towards your right foot and flex your right toes. Inhale and exhale, reach your hands out towards your right foot and grasp your shin or your ankle or even your foot wherever your hands land. Drop your head down. Breathe deeply. Good, and slowly come up. Take your right foot, cross it over your left knee. And your right hand goes behind you on the mat. And we'll twist around to the right. So squeezing your knee into your chest, gaze over your right shoulder, and gently twist your torso around to the right. Good. And let's slowly make our way into a reclined position. So laying down on your back. And we'll come into reclined butterfly. So bring the soles of your feet together with your knees opening out to the sides. And you can put your hands on your belly, or if it's comfortable, you can raise your arms over your head and grasp opposite elbows. And close your eyes, breathing deeply. Bring your knees together and pull your knees into your chest. Extend your right leg out long and cross your left knee over your body for a twist, extending your left arm out to the left. Full body twist here. Your right leg is long and straight. And bring your knees back into your chest. Give them a squeeze and extend your left leg out long. Take your right knee across your body over to the left. Extend your right arm out to the right. And your knee doesn't need to drop all the way down to the mat, just wherever it ends up is perfect. And pull both knees into your chest one last time. Feel free to take some circles with your lower back on the mat. Rock from side to side, releasing any tension you have in that lower back. And release your legs down. Let your feet be as wide as your mat. Let your arms flop out. Close your eyes. And we'll just take one more minute here to relax in Shavasana. Looking for any tension that you're holding in your body, in your face, in your shoulders, in your belly or your hips, your knees or your feet. And this is your time to let everything go and start to get your body and your mind ready for sleep. You can feel free to stay here in Shavasana as long as you like. If you're ready to end the practice, you can go ahead and start to bring some movement into your fingers and toes. Give yourself a nice long body stretch with your hands overhead if you like. Keeping your eyes closed, trying to maintain this relaxed state. Pull your knees into your chest and really slowly and gently bring yourself up to a seated position. And once you're there, bring your hands to heart center. And let's take one final breath together to end our practice. Breathing in deeply, filling up your lungs, filling up your belly. Biggest breath of the day. And let it go. Exhale completely as you drop your head down. Namaste.